We are still live in Tacoma, Washington at the RCAW show, and I have to tell you, what a day. We have been bringing such great information from the floor, all the exhibitors here, the contractors, and right now I am sitting with Rick Morrow and Rob Drew of Flashco. And I'm telling you, I love saying that, Flashco. This is a great company, and we're going to learn about some problem solvers, some things that are changing the industry and fixing problems for contractors on the roof. So first of all, let's start with introductions. All right. So Rick.
Rick Morrow, Flashco Manufacturing National Sales Support Manager. Been with the company since 2004.
Okay.
And truth be told, I'm Greg's brother, the owner. And I've enjoyed it the whole time. It's been fun. It's been a good ride.
Good with the family business?
Well, yeah. I wish it was my business, but it's not.
We've got a family business too, so you know.
You understand.
We all get together. We all hang out together. Okay. Rob?
Rob Drew. I'm the new marketing manager here at Flashco, and consulted with the company in marketing for a number of years, so very familiar with the company, but just came on board in October. And so we're getting out to all the shows and getting to meet a lot of great people too.
I have to tell you, we are thrilled to be working with you, Rob. We have, of course, Flashco is on RoofersCoffeeShop in a directory. We've been working together with Rob. We're having so much fun, great content. We actually had a great podcast with your brother, Greg. It went really well. I would like all of you, although I'm sure everybody has already knows, but just to be sure, tell us a little bit, who is Flashco? What is Flashco?
In a nutshell, Flashco was built to save the contractor time. And we do that by prefabricated accessories and great service.
Yeah, very ahead of its time.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
I was at Carlisle when you guys started, and or maybe a little bit after you started. And I remember this was like revolutionary because everybody was manufacturing their own accessories on the roof. They were doing their own thing, and all of a sudden here came these prefabricated. It saves so much time. Rob, what are you hearing from the contractors? I mean, it's been years now, and they have just totally changed their business models because of Flashco.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when we're in the booth. They'll come by. They'll usually see the scupper, and they'll say, "Wow, either I'm using these already, and you guys are really saving me time." Or they'll say, "I got to get these. They look so much better than anything that we can do. They're just the way they're obviously built in the factory, and they can't duplicate that on the roof." So, when they come by and see what we've got, and they say, "Oh, you've got this too, and this," and so really, we love the conversations that we get to have.
I have to say, for people out there who maybe are watching that are not roofing professionals, it is kind of fun to have somebody walk by a booth, see a scupper, and say, "Wow." Right?
Yeah, totally. I think you're my...
Oh, thank you, Colin. Oh yeah, I'm loud. That is our production team. Thank you, Colin. My microphone was off. Hopefully you didn't miss any of that. I'm just saying it's cool when someone walks by a booth and sees a scupper and says, "Wow." So what is a scupper?
I'm going to give you that one, Rick.
It's a roof drain, lateral roof drain that allows water off the roof. There's different types, of course. The most common is a center scupper, sits flat on the roof deck. Mm-hmm. The next one is an overflow scupper, so in case there's a plug in the roof drain, the overflow scupper will allow water to get off the roof so it doesn't break the roof. Yeah.
I actually knew what a scupper was, but I really love that. I just wanted to kind of see. I just think that's so cool. So anyway, sorry. Back on. So Flashco has changed the industry with prefabrication. You guys have been doing it, and now you are in huge expansion mode. So tell us about Fife.
Number 8?
I
believe it's number 8.
Number 8?
Exactly. Yeah. This is going to be location number 8. And I think just expanding our footprint to this area to be closer to the whole Seattle market. We've obviously, Woodland was the second plant after Santa Rosa, and has serviced Portland and Seattle from Woodland. But with such a big market here, it just made a lot of sense to expand that footprint up to this area.
Yeah, so that's 5 Washington. Where are all your plants located?
Well, let's start with number 1. That's Santa Rosa, California.
Uh-huh.
Woodland's near and dear to my heart. That's number 2. I started that plant back in 2004. So after that, let's see. Southern California, that's Southgate. Piedmont, South Carolina. Mount Prospect. Name I have to.
Yeah, by Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago?
Yeah.
Salt Lake City, Utah. Actually, North Salt Lake City. And now Fort Worth, Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride. It really
Yeah.
has.
I mean, that's a lot of growth
It
in
is.
a short amount of time.
It doesn't come without trouble, but
Yeah.
we have a good team.
Yeah,
A real
and-
solid team.
Great leadership in
Absolutely.
both of you, and Greg, and looking at that. So, last thing, labor shortage. And really talking about, everyone is talking about, we talk about a lot in these conversations, how do we get more skilled labor? How do we get more people? I am always liking to kind of turn the conversation around is, how do we automate the roof more in order to do things that require less labor? So you have been doing some time trials, you've done a lot of different things on the roof with prefabrication. So talk just a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the newest thing we have is the injection molded parts,
Yeah.
which really save a lot of time for everybody, and even Flashco as well, because they're getting made by a machine.
Right.
But nonetheless, all the parts are prefabricated, as Rob said, in a factory. They have a 20-year warranty on them, and it's a no-brainer for these roofers that are up here just today.
Yeah.
Look at that. Wow, I can get that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your distributor of choice? Yeah, we stock them there. So it's really a fascinating thing to see the deer in the headlights, or whatever I want. No, that was the wrong analogy.
Yeah.
But
The change.
the roofers come up to the table and know what they can get, and
Yeah.
that's the exciting part for me.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the light bulb going off,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
And
yeah, that's a
It's
good
just that they know how much faster it's going to be. Each roofer you talk to has these jobs lined up, right? And so the faster you can complete the one you're on, the sooner you can get to the next one. And so that's really what we're about, that we know that the accessories are a small part of the job, but can be very time consuming, not only the ordering and getting what you need and customization and all those things. And so what we're trying to do is use portals and online and use your phone and use all those tools to make the whole process easier for the contractor. And then, as Rick mentioned, we'll send that through your distributor of choice. So
That's awesome.
with some of our programs like Edge, the contractors can contact us. We know all about the accessories, and we can really accelerate that process from the beginning, and then it installs faster on the roof, move on to that next job.
Yeah. I've been watching it, and you are making it easy, not just on the roof, but also for all the purchasing agents, for the estimating of the jobs, to try to figure things out. So it's tremendous. So last question. I said that last time. Last question, really, this time. The Washington contractors, pretty amazing people, huh? How has this experience been?
I was born and raised here, and it was good to see some familiar faces for sure, and they're hard workers.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can say about this Washington crew. I moved away for 10 years, and let's just say they're not as fast in other areas. So
We do have fast.
it's a pretty fast-paced environment up here, and these roofers have to be fast, and they have to get off the roof sooner because of the weather. You know, by being here, it rains all the time. These guys and gals appreciate the prefab parts. They really do.
Makes sense. And you have a lot of plants here, and that shows putting it through there. So what do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I think it's been great. My first time being at this show, and it's nice to see them come by and say, "Oh yeah, Flashco, we've used you before," or "We're going to use you on our next job," or things like that. Really, the recognition is there because, as Rick mentioned, we've been in the market for a long time.
Right.
And so it's nice to have that recognition and say, oh, yeah, we use Flashco for all our jobs. And
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you're back home in the Pacific Northwest. Welcome up from California.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on our show today. We are live from RCAW in Tacoma, Washington, and we're getting towards the end of the day. We'll have a couple more, so stay tuned, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your friends, and we'll see you